That's right. Coming in with the roster of Den, Homura, Jaga, Melly, and XBB. And we can expect a lot from them. Especially what we love about the X team is that they're coming in with some unconventional strategies sometimes and surprise us as viewers and enjoying some Clash with Valkyries, 10 healer charges and all those crazy things. So really looking forward to see if they throw some of those curveballs into the mix and see if they can surprise not only us, but as well especially Perumania, because, I mean, at this meta, if you're going that crazy, it's really unlikely that those things are baited. And I feel like at this point, at this level of the competition, where the players are as good as Kumakun and can turn around baits like that, I feel like baits, like incredible good baits, are the only thing which can turn things around. And you can see those stats right there on your screen. Both teams finishing the Swiss stage with 3-0. And take a look at those average. They are so close. Both of their MVPs as well, 3 out of 3. I mean, it is really close in between of those two teams.
Yeah, I'm impressed. 13.3 and 13.7 average stars, but the 97.1 and 97.3, so really keeping this close. And we'll be keeping an eye on Den and Mr. Jeff to see how they fare in these wars. But the most impressive thing is these two teams, I think, were underrated, and they definitely got the better of the teams that they faced off against, particularly Perumania, who...
Sorry, but let's go.
Yeah. Well, this is what we expect coming in from XBB. This is what he's known for in his attack style, is coming in with the Queen Charge Valks. So let's see what he can do, bringing in the Flame Flinger to get this going. We do have the Quake to activate the Town Hall, and the Yetis, very smart move, picking up those Teslas that we worry about, because this is one way to bait the Flame Flinger approach.
Yeah, that's right. And it kind of feels like that you're in one of those Creative Masters Series matches from Carbon with those 11 Valkyries. But no, this is ClashWorlds qualifier. Everything is on the line for those teams. And you do not want to drop out at this position, especially having such a big advantage of where you got seated in the bracket. So let's see how he's going to turn things with those 11 Valkyries and the one Golem as well, and how he's going to push and use them further into the core of this base. So far, things are looking good for his Flame Flinger. No skeleton traps so far, which is always great news, but needs to be careful. Some of them might be around over there. There's a spring trap on the outside around the Flame Flinger, but that obviously is not going to affect the Siege Machine. But now, the Queen approaching a little bit more of a damage area with the Warden, with 2 Expos and the King. I think he might need to use the Queen ability.
Yeah, he's got to get the King and the Golem in for that Eagle compartment so he can force the Queen into the core of the base. And he needs to line this up, just waiting for a little bit patiently before getting the Valks in, because the Valks, you've got to watch with their speed. They run ahead, and they're taking on the damage coming in from the Eagle, which is not ideal, but they do bypass it, miss it, but they're still going to continue to take the lead over the Golem. This is why you have to try and hold on to them as long as possible. Pops that Warden ability. It looks like he does manage to clip those Valks in, but we've got some springing and lost a lot along the way. But let's see if the Queen and King can carry this on. But Itsu, the Town Hall, has not gone down. It is hanging on with the Queen defending it, and this is going to be a huge possible defensive start here for Perumania, but bringing in the Royal Champ to try and take it on as the Queen also works her way through, but the healers dying out from the multi-targeting Inferno.
Oh.
This is not going to be enough to save the 2-star. XBB in a tough position for his team to start it off this way.
Oh no, the Flame Flinger falling short, and that's like the risk you take if you have only the Flame Flinger for the town hall, and if you already commit all of your remaining troops for the other side of the base. And oh no, I really feel for him. Unfortunate start for X Team, and that's the first attack, right? Like, that's a huge momentum boost for Perumania, and oh, that really has to hurt. It's a really unfortunate XBMB. And now we have Perumania coming in next, and they really can put up the pressure, because if they're 3-star, there would be 2 stars and percentage ahead, and that's quite a bit. So could be an incredible one-sided start, but we have seen other matches already getting turned around earlier today. So the match is never over, right? So things can always happen, things can always change, so we have to wait for the next few attacks.
And let's remember, back to the stats that we had from the Swiss bracket, the overall average was 13 stars for each of these teams. So the 1 star could still lead them into that position if they go perfect, coming in through their matches. So that's what we're going to wait to see, is if they can try and recover this. It is never a done deal with a 1 star at the start. And if anything, if you're going to 1 star, you want to do it at the start, because that motivates a team to come in with those 3 stars and try and carry it through. It just depends on what they have defensively to try and hold back Perumania, which is a team we don't know very much of, and we're going to get to see more now as they start off with the Super Bowler Smash. We've got the 7-1 combination and lightning spell. Let's see where this queen is placed, right there next to the scatter shot, so it can pick up some big value, knocking out that section there and creating additional paths to come across. And there we go. Drops it down. Did we get the queen in there? Ooh. Yes, we did. Oh, well, we at least got the scatter shot. Queen still stands. Didn't even focus on getting that queen down. But that should be easy contention coming in. And we've got the log launcher to open up the pathing. But a nice spread in what he did with that.
Yeah, really nice spread. And unconventional strategy again. So we have now seen a mass Valkyrie attack, and the next one is going to be a super giant, super bowler witch lock launcher attack onto this base. And I mean, that's something which is really uncommon. They might know the base though, because I think it's already got shared on Twitter. Maybe they used it in Swiss stage. I don't remember who shared it exactly. But yeah, already faced it a couple of times on Legends and so on, so it might be that Perumania already attacked this base at one point. The question though is, were the traps changed? Did he adapt those traps, and did he adjust them to make sure that maybe those smash attacks, which are so popular at the moment, are not working anymore, but the lock launcher is keep opening more and more into that core with those logs rolling, and so far with the delayed vulnerability, things are not looking too bad.
No, definitely not looking too bad. I mean, that is an approach to use a base that's already known and try and switch things up to deter, but coming in with these kind of bases, it is a little bit harder because there's some forgiveness coming in. However, we've not made our way to the town hall. We don't have the jump here to connect, and there's no openings, which means the queen now needs to come through. The royal champion needs to jump over the wall. The queen's going to have to be through to take on the town hall, and the Yetis and the witches are the only saving grace on this. So we are looking at a potential 2-star defense for X team to try and recover and settle the deal. I do believe we should maybe see the 2-star with the town hall going down. Freeze holding this off, keeping that queen raged up. It is just enough power to get the 2-star in so they don't wind up in the same position, but it is not necessarily enough to finish off the job here and get the triple, though the Yetis are still taking quite a bit of a lead. It's more a matter of the time.
Yeah, a lot of more beings are getting collected, but you have said it, percentage-wise, it's not that big of a deal regarding the 1-star from Perumania. So it's kind of like a start where Perumania started with 3 stars and X team started with 2 stars. So the difference is not as big anymore in between of those two teams, and actually it might be even better because the percentage is not as big. It's only this 1 star, which is the difference maker. So overall, it is going to finish on 88% 2-star for J. Carlos, and Perumania is falling short as well. So the first match, which has not started with those 3 stars already in the first round, so the first more defensive-sided match which we have seen so far in the upper bracket for the first and second seed team from the Swiss stage going head-to-head.
Yeah, this is definitely making it an easier push for X team to try and come back into the mix, but they're going to need those defenses coming through, especially since they are down slightly on the percent factor. So we'll see what they can do. And we did talk about the fact that these two teams were able to, I guess, recover. You know, you had the 13-star wars. They were lower star counts, which means they held their opponents back as well. If that's where they were hitting, they were holding their opponents back to 13 to 12 stars. So we should see some exceptional defenses coming through, which we already are. Den, though, this is one of the MVP hitters for X team. And he's coming in with a Flame Flinger, Super Dragon, which I don't know how it will fare against what we saw from Ast, but definitely coming in with a strong, powerful start, and interesting to come in with that Zapquake right along the outside of the Town Hall.
Yeah, Flame Flinger trying to get more and more value, but with this tester form, this might already cost quite a bit of the lifespan of the Flame Flinger. And we have just seen what happens if you skip that. Oh no, if you skip that Town Hall, but there's the Baby Dragon to save the Flame Flinger. The question though is, he has no Baby Dragon left anymore, and if there's another Skeleton Trap, this might be a big problem. He has now started with those Super Dragons, so no coming back from this one. Another Skeleton Trap, and he would be done. That's the question, if there's any more traps at the top side. The Super Dragons are now in from this bottom right side. And we have the heroes already in from the bottom side as well. So only the Royal Champion can be deployed still. Otherwise, he has committed everything. And this Flame Flinger needs to take down the Town Hall. But there's the Giant Bomb. The Giant Bomb and the Town Hall is surviving. Oh no, this could be a repeat of the story. Another Black Mine, and the Super Dragon needs to take down the tower. The Archers over there as well to distract it. This is really bad news.
Oh no, this is going to be a tough way to turn back around. There are no battle builders at least to pick that Town Hall back up. Royal Champ is coming in, will have her Seeking Shield, and she has the support of the Drag Riders. He's got the freeze to hold off. Is going to need to maybe consider using this. Launches that Seeking Shield to get the extra boost of health so she can come in and take this on. Drops a freeze to ensure that the Town Hall goes down, and that is beautiful recovery to ensure this does not 1-star. But the question is, can they pick up the 3-star and try and get back in on the board? As the Royal Champ continues along, the Super Drags following through. 39 seconds left to go. And Itsu, this again, by the skin of his teeth, is just enough to recover and pick up the triple. Den staying strong and staying true to his MVP. Hold on. Status. There we go.
Yeah. Super Dragons doing their thing right there. Nicely done. X team getting their first 3-star actually on the board. And now the question is if Perumania can as well tie things up, or like more getting the lead back, because they have the 1-star lead actually at the moment. And can they get their first 3-star on the board as well? That's the big question. What are they going to use? We know from first few matches which we have streamed during the Switch stage that they like to run the Super Dragons, the Dragons and Dragon Riders as well. So let's see, some of those attacks are going to come next. We know as well that you have seen already J. Carlos coming in with the Super Giant, Super Bodhi combination, which he likes to run. I think that's his go-to strategy at the moment in those matches. So looking forward to see which strategy is next, since I kind of expect them to stick to their main strategy. So we're going to most likely see like a Super Dragon or a Dragon Rider attack next from them.
Yeah, this is this could play in favor for X team to try and defend, but again, it is difficult to know what to expect. And there we go, throwing us for a loop. We've got Mr. Jeff, who is the MVP for Perumania, in with a hybrid, so we get to see a little bit more ground action, which I know a lot of viewers out there are excited to see, considering we have a lot of teams that do enjoy using Lalo and of course Super Drags. So we start this off with the Queen to shape up the pathing, taking on the Town Hall position, and is going to need to narrow out the pass to get the maximum value out of the 2 heal spells that we have, and of course that Warden ability coming through. But she's got a nice open lineup and path through this Town Hall position and leading through to get to the scatter shot as well.
Yeah, the Queen so far doing a nice job of following that pathing, but the question now is, where does he want to wall break? The first wall break is in. Where is the second wall break? Is he going to try? Oh, was that the intention? I am not sure, but it seems like he's trying to charge the town now. and then going to flank that Town Hall charge with the hybrid from the top side. At least that's how things are looking like. The only big question, the only big problem for him though is that the Clan Cast is waiting on the other side, not lured just yet, and this means there might be a little bit of a surprise back there. But wait a second, the queen is looping back and joining the hybrid. That's not where she's supposed to be, but at least she's dodging the Town of Poison, right?
Yeah, I mean, at least she is, but this means we're going to get a healer transfer. Queen's going to work along the outside edge. The healer transfer isn't necessarily a terrible thing for your hybrid. It's like having an extra boost of a heal coming in. The King doing some excellent work, but we have the CC coming out. If the Queen can come in, help, this would be ideal, but it's a Hound that we want to see moving out of the way so the Queen and Royal Champ can get some extra value coming in. Rages are now able to be used to power their way through, but we still have a lot of base left to go. Mr. Jeff in a tough position, but carrying it through as well as he can, holding on to those hero abilities. Final heal coming down here. Is it going to be enough? Because we have the scatter shot to worry about, and this is where the Royal Champ would have been ideal to have her ability reserved for, but the Queen going to beat her way through and take it on now that the single targeting Inferno is down.
Yeah, that's right, and the hybrid just, got taken down way too quickly. Maybe the healers can do some magic work right there, but it's not really looking too likely with the Queen coming in now from the top side. Maybe there is something possible. The defending Queen is getting taken down. Queen versus Queen action at the top side. And now this last Rage has to carry something. The Rage, the healers, 30 seconds left. He's trying to spread out those sneaky goblins, trying to somehow clean things up. There's the Rage, getting the miners, getting the wizards back inside. The Bay Dragon, everything is trying to finish off the base. 20 more seconds and only a few more biddings left. As long as there's no ground skeleton trap, I think this could be a 3-star. 12 more seconds. The wizards on the outside are taking down the cannon. Nicely placed over there, and with that, you can see it. He's celebrating. He knows he got that 3-star. And that means then he is keeping that MVP title for his team. Nice recovery after everything is kind of like going wrong for him with that Queen charge. And it's really cool to see that someone is celebrating as energetic and him being really, really there. So that's really cool.
That was an impressive turnaround. Not an easy one with your Queen going in the wrong way. But like we mentioned, I mean, when it turns out that you get that healer swap. This was an approach that we used to do back in Town Hall 13, where it was intended to have the healer swap over, use the Queen. Not ideal in this kind of base where we didn't get the full pathing created that was needed. But those miners working on the outside actually did some good work, and he was so patient with that Rage to carry it through. And the Queen did provide distraction from the scatter shot to ensure that they were able to get in. So great reflexes and great quick thinking to keep them on top here, still by a star and keeping the percentage up. So now we have Jaga coming in with the super drags. We do have the Zapquake as well to pick up one of the Infernos to come through into the mix. Typically, singles are ones that we worry about most often, but he could get some good value by taking down an air sweeper as well if he does opt to go for the core of the base, but that's typically the pathing we want to come in with anyway. So
yeah, X-Team keep it. Yeah, but one thing which is kind of, I don't know if it surprises me, but one thing which is kind of fascinating to see that X-Team is there's the ground skeletons, keep going for those Town Hall Flame Flingers. And so far, it has worked 0 times, at least that they got the Town Hall. So it's so surprising to see them trying it again. So let's see if there's any more traps around that Town Hall. Flame Flingers coming in, and there seems to be no more traps. So that Town Hall should go down, I believe. And then we have those Super Dragons coming in from the far left side into that Eagle to make quick work of that Eagle compartment with the Queen over there as well, and the King getting added shortly with the Flame Flinger taking on the Town Hall.
Yeah, what I'm surprised to see is their approach coming in with those Zapquakes for the singles on the back end, and not using them to take down just like the the lightning spells for the sweepers, instead opting to use the freezes to hold it off. We've got a pretty nasty spread here with some of those super drags that look like they want to work their way through that poison bomb, and lost out on a lot of power, but still pushing his way through the core. King and Queen need to do some extra work here, but the King's just burning through that ability and has to send in the Royal Champ earlier than expected. Ideally, that Royal Champ would be available with her ability for the back end of the base, so this final freeze needs to be held to hold off either the single or the scatter shot, and there's not a lot of combination left, and I think this is maybe not necessarily the right approach. It seems to be working for them, but let's see if Jaga can prove me wrong on this, as a Royal Champ holds on to that Seeking Shield and can still use it to push through this 3 o'clock compartment.
I mean, he has still Barge left, right? He has one Barbarian, one Archer. Maybe that's going to be a game changer, but I kind of doubt that, to be honest. Maybe the Unicorn can be a game changer and heal that Queen up quite healthily again to make sure that this Queen with the Warden together can finish off the base, but I don't think so. The Archer is getting placed around that top side. The Barbarian is getting sent in with that Queen together, but that Unicorn is getting targeted surprisingly, so that's unfortunate for him, because with that the Queen is dying way quicker. 10 more seconds and time is ticking against him. And this means with the Lava Hound coming out as well, it's going to be another defense for Perumania. Their bases are holding strong, and this means 6 stars after 3 attacks. Perumania, they can now push ahead 2 stars with the next 3-star.
Yeah, so Perumania definitely showcasing why they have been put in this top seed here, battling it out. X Team also with a phenomenal performance, but it seems that Perumania's defenses just are surpassing what X Team can actually handle. And it was the same position that Strut was in that interview. Bohm said they did not know what to expect, and maybe X Team did not do enough research, or just Perumania seems to be coming up with every which way and doing their research and knowing how to defend against each and every one of these teams. That's the advantage you have as the dark horse coming into these playoffs.
Yep, that's 100% right. And now a surprising base from X Team coming in with this Legend style base, which is not the newest base, to be honest. So I'm not sure if maybe that's the wrong base to set up, or maybe it's really intentional. They think, okay, maybe they're using the Super Dragons against that, because as I said, Perumania so far have used quite a bit of air attacks, and this base is a true nightmare to attack with air most of the times if you don't know how to approach it. So let's see how this Queen Shot Hybrid will work, because there's a lot of traps. And if you're wondering why exactly were there so many traps at the top side, that makes no sense. Well, it is against the Flame Flinger, because if you put that Flame Flinger into that Flame Flinger is going to suffer. It's going to lose a lot of hit points against those giant bombs and small bombs. And that's what he tried to bait. It did not work out. He nicely tried to trigger the traps, and now he tries to get that Town Hall as well.
Yeah, they're definitely on their game there. Drop the archers to help pick off those skellies as well along the way. So, you know, they're thinking about this. Anytime you're coming in with a flame flinger, you have to think about how it could be baited to get the most value out of it, and also have a backup plan for it, which they seem to be excelling at so far. But there's a lot of defenses to get through to get to that town hall. And in the meantime, not wasting any time, gets a queen charge going in from the bottom side. So this is going to shape up for an interesting path, because it looks like we could potentially cut across our hybrid through the core of the base. We do have the multi in there that we have to worry about, but a warden ability could be used perfectly to hold that off, particularly because we've got the double scatter shot combination, but Queen's got access to actually reach both of those and take out the surrounding heroes as well.
Yeah, the charge though is really, really heavy with a lot of damage. I mean, it's not that typical that he really trying to charge the other side of the town hall, but he's really trying to go for that town with that flame finger, which I don't know. I don't see really the hit points of the flame finger, but I don't think it has that many hit points left. So yeah, the town hall might survive. The queen as well died over there with the giant bombs, and this means hybrid has to start.
Yeah, that queen, unfortunately, too much damage coming in. Slight delay on those spell combinations, and she died out too quickly. If he popped the ability just a little bit earlier, rage down quicker, might have been able to survive her. But let's see what this hybrid can do. Town Hall has not gone down, though. It's hanging on by a thread, and the Yeti actually worked to the outside of the base, so it's the King that needs to come in. He does take it down, but we lose out a lot on this hybrid, and this is going to be a difficult approach coming in. You can see the struggle in the core of the base. Rocket Loons trying to take on some of the surrounding defenses, but still meeting resistance through the core. Royal Champ's got her ability, still hanging on, and an invisibility spell to come in. There aren't many worrisome defenses, but we do still have a single on the board after the scatter shot goes down. And Kronos, you can see, he knows he's in a tough spot to turn this around, and there's only 16 seconds left to go. So this is the defense that X Team has been hoping to see, and the percent is going to be considerably lower than I think that they had hoped for, but the Royal Champ picking up just a tad bit more value.
Yeah, really unfortunate, but
wow.
It's exactly as you said, what they were hoping for, because take a look at the percentage. Yes, they have the star lead, but at the same time, percentage-wise, it is incredibly close. So only 1 star now into the favor of X Team, and they would win right now on percentage. So this match is still incredibly close on knife's edge. Anyone can still take this home. And it's still 4 attacks to go, 2 attacks each for both of those teams, and anything can happen in a 3-star way or another 2-star. We have seen everything in this match already, and we have now the next attacker, a 4X team coming in, and this time, thank goodness, no flame finger for the Town Hall, it seems like.
No flame finger.
Oh, it's set the blimp, okay.
We've got the blimp coming in for that Town Hall. Squeeze our way down here. We've got the giant bomb letting off, but the sneaky gobs coming. Ooh, sneaky gobs, are they making their way? They are taking down the Town Hall. I saw that little bomb that looked like they were pulling towards the storage, but do indeed take on the Town Hall. Queen's going to charge her way through and set up what we need to narrow out for the Drag Riders. 5 to spread across on those defenses, and the Queen's already got a nice push and start coming into this one.
Yeah, Queen having to take some vacation though, because those ice golems are going to waste a lot of time over there at the top side. Frozen with the Ice Queen, that's a good combination right there. But now the Queen has to take down even more value with the Eagle around that top side, and the King now coming in as well. So where's the Queen going in next? Where's the next Warbreaker coming? Because he could Warbreak possibly into the core of the space, into the Sweeper, into the double multi-phone tower. That's exactly where this next Warbreak is coming in. And again, if I remember correctly, another Legend base, which I have seen already a couple of times. So let's see how active X Team is on Legends. I have told you guys that earlier already today. It is really important at the moment, not only for pro players, but in general. If you want to sharpen your attack skills, make sure to attack on Legend, play Legends. You don't have to be super high whatsoever. It's all about just getting in that routine, and it's always giving you a big advantage. So let's see how well this Dragon Rider attack is going to work against this single Inferno Tower and into the defending Royal Champion at Scatter Shot.
I mean, I'm loving this access. We've got to freeze up. We can hold off the multi to spare the healers as the Drag Riders make their approach through. The King's got an excellent value out of this, and the Queen can work her way through to the back end of the base. We get the multi down, so healers survive. Queen's got her ability intact to burst her way through, get a little extra help from the boost. And Royal Champion coming in. This is a beautiful 3-star. And does he even need this final freeze? No, he does not. So drops it down, swags it on the base. Hamura for X Team getting the 3-star on the board. They are trying to get some sort of advantage. They have the percent advantage in their favor now. It's all about defense. Can they hold back Perumania and try and reclaim this war after a 1-star start? I mean, that's the part that you have to really express. A 1-star start, and they're able to turn this back around, get the percent lead, and hold 1 star behind.
Yeah, it is an incredibly close match. I mean, either way, this match is so close between of those two teams, and now Perumania have to go next. So far, they used quite a bit of hybrid already, which is a big surprise, but let's see if they keep going with that or if they're going to change this, the attacks. I still kind of expect the air attacks from them with like the Super Dragons or Dragons and Dragon Riders. I think that's something which they have used and which we're still going to see at least one of those 2 attack strategies in the last 2 attacks for them. Let's see which of those strategies is going to come in first, or if I'm completely wrong and something else is coming, if they keep going with hybrid or some other strategies of their choice. Either way, it's going to be an interesting few last attacks, because now it's 9-7, which means if it's a 3-star, Perumania is keeping the lead. If it's a 2-star, even 99, we have then X Team in the lead because they have the percentage over Perumania. So you can see only 1 star is a big thing in this match. So we have to wait what Perumania is coming up with next.
Yeah, X Team's going from this to this now. They are waiting to see if they can hold that defense to try and transition this into a fair fight with the final attacks coming in. So we've got Fredo coming in with the Flame Flinger, Queen Charge. We don't have. Do we have a Skelly?
I'm so confused. This is like one of the most popular bases right now on Legend. Yeah, you take down the mortar, you flame finger onto the archer tower, then you send in the king and most likely the ground warden to support the queen. I'm kind of confused why they're running this base. I mean, this base is probably like, if you attack 8 times on Legend, you will find it at least twice. They tweaked it a little bit on the far left side, but let's see if it's going to be enough. There's already the first couple of black mines coming up. There's a lot of tests on this far right side, and he has not wall breaked in again yet. So let's wait and see what he's coming up with. But the Flame Finger is going to get an incredible value because there is no expos. So let's wait if there's going to be ground skeletons, because it's such a common Flame Finger spot.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see if there's any baited areas, any traps that are switched up to maybe try and throw them off course. But this could be a huge loss to X Team, where they are starting to gain some ground. Now, we do have the openings for the Queen to work her way into the Town Hall. Flameflinger still going strong on this one, and we'll have the support of the Lalo. Not a lot of loons to work through, so this does obviously require the power of the heroes to work their way in. But look at the beautiful position for the Queen to work into that inside compartment, taking on the scatter shots, taking on the single and the king, forcing from that opposite side, as you mentioned.
Yeah, and just take a look at this value from the Flameflinger. It is so incredible. It's keep going. I mean, it's already going for like 1.5 minutes already nearly, and taking down buildings left and right. We see now exactly what I said with the Ground Warden and the King in this top side to tank that single Inferno Tower as well. There's the Ground Warden ability to cover those heroes and let the Queen then run around, backtrack for the Inferno Towers, then you Lalo from this far left side. People adapted by now and put a lot of those rat mines around the Eagle, which sometimes are kind of annoying to face, but it seems like that the Hound's triggering all of them anyway. So things are not looking too bad for Perumania right now. The Warden is still alive. The Flamefinger is still alive, now going down, supporting the rest with a Dragon and even more loons. But the question is, can those Expos now be annoying enough to make sure that this base is holding, because time is ticking. The Queen has no ability left anymore. The wall break is getting sent in from the top side to maybe get some quicker cleanup with the sneaky Goblin. The last Expo is still standing strong and taking down those Goblins, but it's going down, and it's a last second thing, but it's a 3-star, and I'm still confused.
Yeah,
why would you run this? Like, literally.
Maybe a bad call coming in from X Team, which means they have one final chance to try and defend, and they're still going to need to pick up the 3-star along the way to make that happen. So pressure is surmounting. The pressure is on. They're still claiming the percent lead over Perumania, but they're down by a star. So they have to have like the best defense possible in order to try and turn this. But imagine, this is coming from a 1-star start, so you have to give credit to them for being able to turn it around as well as they have so far and keep it only a 1-star differential. This is not an easy feat, as many teams know. If you start off with that 1-star, it can really just drop down the team morale, but they fought hard. Just let's hope that their defense can maybe give them some final opportunity. Otherwise, Perumania going to come in with that victory, sneaking in as the dark horse. So it is Melee who has to kind of find some redemption after the base that did not defend with the Super Bowler Smash.
Yeah, Super Bowler Smash, one of the most popular strategies as well when it comes down to Legends, because it is so powerful. It might be right now the most powerful ground strategy if you don't count Queen Chargers, and like Queen Charge Lalo, Queen Charge Dragon Riders, those are more like air strategies. I would count them in that category. So ground strategy wise, I think it is the strongest at the moment, and it's just so powerful. And he is opting into the Super Wizards. Why is that even a thing? Why do you combine Super Bowlers and Super Wizards? The reason is simple. You want to make sure that your queen is not stuck on that Lava Hound, which is getting used so many times on defense. Instead, you want to make sure that those two Super Wizards are helping your queen to get through that Hound quickly and burst through it, so everything is staying in one big group, so the healers can do their job and make sure that they're healing everything.
Yeah, so he's got his push coming through. We've got the jump to connect. And the final jump to get into the core of the base. Now, we're leading the navigation around into centralized areas, so we're not taking on too much splash flank damage from both scatter shots at once. But we do send in the Royal Champ from this side, which means we need to get that reach coming in. The Queen has the potential opportunity to come through and take on the additional scatter shot here. And we need to get to that Town Hall. Royal Champ helping with the outside edge, ensuring that we get to the Town Hall position, but it's that final scatter shot that does need to go down. Super Bowlers burning their way through and giving the opportunity. With the Queen ability, there is enough power to get along, and there's a lot of time left on the clock here, so 3-star is looking fairly solid, depending on how well they can get through this poison bomb and get past the scatter shot that still remains.
Yeah, with nearly all of those healers gone, I'm not sure how good this looks. The Royal Champion is down as well. He has time, yeah, but all of those healers are now down. And I am not really sure, I'm not really convinced that this is going to work, because it's a scatter shot, which is dealing a lot of damage. If that unicorn survives, maybe there's the chance of that queen getting healed up again. But even then, it's going to be a time question with 35 seconds left. I don't really believe in this 3-starring, and this would be a huge defense. The defense which actually Perumania were looking for in this matchup overall. And we have now those Super Wizards slowly making, those wizards making their way slowly around. Queen abilities getting used. 16 seconds left, but the scatter is standing and the scatter is shooting and being scary, because those witches are not seeing the day tomorrow. They're going down. 8, 7, 6, 5 seconds left. The queen is down, the dream is over, and Perumania now needs 2 stars to win this match.
Oh, that is a tough one for Melee. So close with that 96% 2-star. Nice way to recover when it went wrong towards that back end of the base, but just not enough to hold them into this one. So now they are hoping to see a finish of a 1-star attack, which is very unlikely. I mean, when your main objective is to go in for a 2-star to win the war, that is what you do. You do not take any risks. You go in for the 2-star, you make it nice and easy, and I really don't think there's any way that this war can turn back around in favor. But we've got to give a huge shout out to X Team so far for being able to recover as much as they have with the start that they had. And always great to see the creativity that comes in. XBB is known for those Valk attacks, and I love that he sticks to them. Unfortunately, not his day to help the team out and get what they needed over Perumania. And this is a done deal. I mean, who fails Super Drag's attacks with 1-stars these days? This never happens. We've got the blimp sailing through for the Town Hall, and they're trying it. We've got an easy push coming into that Town Hall. You're trying to jinx it. I would never.
You tried your best. No, you would never ever try that, but I'm obviously kidding. But yeah, you said it right. Super Dragon's obviously the best choice right there. You don't really have to go for 3 stars. It's all about the 2nd star, which they have to go for. Town Hall down percentage is there, and you can see already the smile on his face. He's obviously keep finishing that attack, and if it's a 3-star, it's even nicer thing. But at the same time, the 2-star, what matters. That was the important thing, and that is what he got. And with that, they are going to move on into the finals of this qualifier. And, well, claim a victory in an 11-12 upper bracket match.
Yeah, this is absolutely incredible to see coming from Perumania. Again, the dark horse coming into the mix, a team that no one really knew of in the competitive scene that is making waves. And you know the teams have been watching today, looking to see what they can take out of their attack style and also their defensive style. But I think that there's more they're going to be showcasing tomorrow coming into this. Now, a minute 20 left. We've got those Super Drags still working along. I don't know how much health is on that top one, but this one towards the bottom of the base with the unicorn helping out, keeping it going strong. And it looks like we've got the 13-star finish coming in for Perumania. So keeping up to the standards that they held and definitely showcasing the immense defense that any team that faces them tomorrow is going to have to go up against. Here come the traps, but not enough to hold it back and keep that 3-star. Alberto finishing off strong. So a huge congratulations to Perumania for coming in with the victory through the top bracket of this. And they will wait to see who their opponent will be tomorrow, as we have Strut, who's going to wind up facing off against MS Esports. But let's take a look at these war stats. 13 stars to Perumania, but the percent was in favor for X Team. Just a few stars shy of trying to turn this war around, unfortunately for them, and that was the overall factor. But a beautiful war nonetheless from both sides.